Hey guys, I'm Jack from Topperz. So you've gotten your table topper, and now we're going to talk about the application of it. For the application itself, you're going to need three things: the table topper itself, a knife, and a towel. That's it, that's all you need, and we're about to go through how we apply it. All right, so this is a two-person process. So the first thing you're going to want to do is peel back around 3 inches of the table topper away from its backing. Peel it back just with the partner. Peel it back. All right, so once you have it peeled back, with your knife, you are going to cut that 3-inch backing off. There's going to be some overhang on all sides of the table if you have a folding table. If you have a die table or cornhole, there will not be any overhang on your table topper. So we're first going to line it up, and we're going to have about a half of an inch off the back edge. And we want to make sure that each side also has the same amount of overhang. Now once we have it, and we see that there's about a half inch on both sides, we're just going to lightly press down the backing. Lightly press it down on the part where we cut off. So the rest of this can be completed alone. So now what we're going to do is roll out the table topper to make sure it looks exactly how we want it to look. We're going to roll this out. In this process, you're really just looking at the margins on either side to make sure that they line up exactly how you want. So I see that on this side, we're a little bit shorter than on the other side. So I'm going to move up the adhesive part on that side up a little bit so there's a little bit more overhang on this side. I'm going to roll it back up. Other than that, everything looks good. Rolling it all the way back up. And then I'm going to peel it off just a little bit. And I'm going to move it up just a hair. Now that I have it all lined up exactly where I want it to be, I'm going to pull this back, roll it all back, so I can start unrolling the backing of the table topper. I'm just going to take this and unroll it. Once I have the backing, I can start the application process of the entire table. So I'm slowly just going to roll it out just a little bit at a time. Little bit at a time. And this is where the rag comes in handy. So as we start to roll it out, we're going to want to press it down and remove any air bubbles. Any air bubbles that are in the table. So as I roll it out here, you're going to be going back and forth, just like this, removing any air bubbles that would be under the table. You're just going back and forth. Now this is the longest part of the process. You really want to make sure you take your time with this so you have a nice adhesive and then it's sticking to the table and there's no air bubbles. So once you've done that whole process of smoothing it out as you go and as you roll it out, the next thing we have to focus on is the edges of the table and making those look as good as possible. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to one of the corners. It doesn't matter which one you start with. From the corner of the table, you're going to make a cut, just like that. You're going to do that on all 4 corners of the table, but we're going to talk about just this side right now. So now that you have those 2 corners cut, what you're able to do is fold down the back edge. You're going to fold it down, press it down. The reason why we make this cut is so we can press this flat against the table. So we're going to press this right here so it looks nice and good. And then with the other corner, you're going to fold that down right on top of it. Just like that. So if you are to notice that there's any air pockets along the table, you can pull it up and then press it back down as well. Once you've cut and you've folded this edge, we do not recommend that you pull it up. But if you see any air bubbles before you do that, you can press down and you can find those air bubbles, squeeze them out, and then keep going. The final part of the application process is making a cut down the middle if your table is a foldable table. So what you're going to want to do is find one of the edges in the table. you're going to want to cut right along that edge of the table so it's flush against the table, and the other side you can slightly fold down in the table. Thanks for following along. If you have any questions, email support@tabletoppers.com. This is Jack from Table Toppers. Have a great day.